Hello everyone, welcome to DMVII highlights for October 14th, 2017. Keep in mind, stocks and strategies discussed here are for information only. Do not treat any information provided here as investment advice or recommendation. It is up to the individual investor to perform due diligence prior to investing in any company. And here are the symbols covered this week. Feel free to pause the video and look up the symbols to learn more about the underlying businesses. On the macro data highlights, FOMC released the minutes for September 20th policy statement. The vote was 9-0 to not to increase the Fed fund rate. FOMC is still waiting for indications of inflation uptick and continued tightening of labor market for further rate hike. The expectation is to raise the Fed fund rate in December. FOMC also stated the intention of reducing their 4.5 trillion balance sheet. New jobless claims fell by 15,000 to 243,000 for week ending October 7th. We can expect an increase in the jobless claims as more people affected by hurricane strikes start to file jobless claims. Producer Price Index, often referred to as PPI, is like the Consumer Price Index, but from the perspective of the producers. For the month of September, this index rose by 0.4%, which is in line with the consensus. Consumer Price Index, often referred to as CPI, rose by 0.5%, which is also in line with the consensus. EIA Petroleum Status reported crude oil down 2.7 million barrels, gasoline up 2.5 million barrels, and distillates down 1.5 million barrels. Refineries' operating capacity is at 89.2%. And finally, retail sales rose 1.6% for the month of September, with car sales up by 3.6% and gasoline sales up by 5.8% due to hurricane strikes. On the stocks highlights, more cable cutting nightmare for at&t this week. at&t announced a forecast of 90,000 subscribers loss for DirecTV, and the stock dropped more than 7% this week. at&t's got earnings announcement on October 24th. This week, we mark the beginning of third quarter earnings season, with the reporting of major financial companies. JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo beat Wall Street's estimates, while Citigroup missed the Wall Street's estimate. All four banks had more losses in the consumer loan segment of the business. Overall increase in interest income thanks to the Fed interest rate hikes. Stocks were mostly down after the announcements. Some other headlines in the news this week. Kobe Steel falsified data on the strength and durability of some copper and aluminum that were used in cars and trains. Kobe Steel said they also falsified data about iron ore, powder, and materials used in DVD and LCD screens. Stock went down over 40% this week. And finally, Bitcoin reached over $5,000 per coin this week. And this concludes this week's highlights. Share, thumbs up, and subscribe to support us here. Thank you for watching.